Do you know of a family member or friend or colleague that could get to a better place in life if only somebody had the courage to tell them the truth? I think that's a big part of what being kind is. Hello, my name is Craig, and I'm here to share an observation that occurred to me while mentoring a friend of mine. His name is Bob. Bob called me one day looking for some advice. I'd been CEO of a computer company that had to transformationally change itself 7 times in 26 years, and now he was being tasked to lead this type of change at work. And if he didn't, and it wasn't happening fast enough, it could affect their survival rate. I'm talking to Bob, and he was telling me about work. You know, he had a good gig, he loved his job, he loved his team, and he felt he was being loved back by his team. However, he was currently being challenged from upstairs to change completely what he did, his department did. He had to retool his people, and everything had to change. Bob needed to get his team on board a lot faster than was occurring, or it's going to affect jobs. He said, I'm really having a hard time getting my team to be more agile. I feel like I'm constantly repeating myself, and it's just not happening fast enough. I need to get him on board, and it's urgent. What do you think I should do, Craig? I've known Bob for many years. You would love him. In fact, you know, he's one of the nicest guys on earth, was even voted nicest guy in his graduating class. Well, you know what that means. He was perpetually in the friend zone. He got to buy a lot of pizzas and presents for his crushes, and it never went any further than that. I don't know, perhaps people equate niceness with being a pushover, and that doesn't garner anyone respect. I asked Bob if it would be okay if I talked to some of his team without him, seeking anonymous 360 feedback. He agreed. I assembled his team and stood at the whiteboard and asked them to describe Bob. Quick consensus. We love Bob, they responded. He's constantly affirming us in our efforts. He's one of the good guys. He's super agreeable. He loves us for who we are. I'm thinking Bob has so much to be proud of. I don't know why he always feels the need to be validated. Well, then I pressed the team. Hey, you guys, this is for Bob. It's for him to be better. And remember, this is anonymous. Help me understand. Then I received, he needs to feel validated and affirmed. He's really more of a manager than a leader. He's a bit of a risk mitigator. It's slow to make change because he always needs everybody's input to make a decision. And then he's quick to need affirmation to see if he should change it again. I'm thinking, Bob, you can stand on your own 2 feet. You need to relinquish some of these insecurities, perhaps. I started to think about Bob's niceness. And then a light bulb came on. Bob was loved and nice, but not respected as much. So observation number 1 to share is, there's a big difference between being nice and being kind. I envisioned a nice kind scale. Bob was definitely on the left side of the scale, and I needed him to get to the right. We're little like snowflakes, every one of us. You know, we have our own different size circles, we have our own different size ovals. You obviously can be both nice and kind. In fact, it's hard to discern sometimes what the difference is because there's a lot of overlap. You could have somebody extremely nice and extremely kind that both hold the door for you, want you to be happy, desire a great culture and family work and community. However, there's some fundamental differences between being nice and being kind. They are not synonyms. Nice people tend to hope for something in return. Maybe it could be affirmation, maybe it's money, maybe it's a right or privilege. Kind people, truly kind people, need nothing in return. Nice people tend to be more agreeable. Kind people tend to be more secure in playing devil's advocate than a nice person does. In fact, they can provide constructive criticism and sober assessment. Nice people tend to avoid risk. Kind people can put themselves out there. Nice people sometimes just play not to lose, where kind people play to win. Nice people are doing things right. They're doing things right, but in times of change, kind people do the right thing. Nice people tend to be more passive as mentors. Kind people tend to be actionable in nature. Yes, kindness is actionable. Kindness can respectfully disagree when the nicest people have a hard time doing this. Respectfully disagreeing. Then an obvious observation hit me. There's also a difference between being loved and being respected. Bob was loved, but not really respected. I began to think that this is possible, that you can be so nice and loved, but not be respected because you're falling short on kindness. That's right. Let me say it again. You can be nice and loved, but not respected because you're falling short on kindness. The same oval you draw on the nice kind scale can be extrapolated to a correlation scale, nice, kind, loved, respected. I mean, may we all be nice. However, as one moves to the right towards kindness from being purely nice, the greater the potential for obtaining respect. Make sense? I've seen it occur time and time again after 35 years of mentoring over 1,000 individuals in business and life. Now, I'm not indicting the character of nice people. I love nice people. In fact, we should all try to exist in nice mode most of the time. However, it's possible for the nicest person to live their life without helping mentor someone or a team to get to a better place. Nice might yell out, "Hey, if anyone can do it, you can." In the same situation, kindness might say, "To be great at it, you might want to start, stop, or think about doing this." With my new correlation scale, I needed to share my observations with Bob. Bob and I had history. We had a connection. We've been friends for a long time and we trusted each other. It's hard to be kind if you haven't observed, listened, or taken an interest in the person that you're mentoring. You don't even know what their desired state is. Their better place might be different than your own. Connection is an important component of kindness, just as true kindness wants nothing in return. Well, I got together with Bob and told him, "Stop being so nice. You need to start being kind." He looked bewildered. He looked at me because he thought they were both synonyms. I shared that whether you have faith or not, you can feel the difference in the weight of words between kindness and niceness just by looking at a passage in the Bible. Proverbs 19:17 says, "Be kind to people in need. It's like lending to the Lord, and he will repay you for your kindness." Now let's switch the words to nice and niceness and feel the difference. Be nice to people in need. It's like lending to the Lord, and he will repay you for your niceness. Wow, what a difference. Can you feel it? You know, an interesting point? Nice isn't even in the Bible, not one time. Bob, you need to lead in a time of change. You can't manage it. People don't like change. You need to be more transparent, provide sober assessment, help them see how this change will save and impact human need purpose. Why is there demand for change? You need to paint the picture for the desired state, Bob, and maybe the necessary timeline, and have them looking back at where they are today saying, "Thank God we made that change." And what is the risk of not changing or improving? Bob, you got to relinquish whatever insecurities are prompting this need for validation. Nice people can make poor mentors, and you need to lead this right now. You need to challenge them with the purpose so that they see that this is for them and not to them. And when you think you're being caustic by providing criticism, you need to know that you're so far left on the scale, you're probably still being nice. Speak the truth and it will be behind you. Sugarcoat it, lie about it, and it's going to live with you in your and their future. And you need to act fast. Stop trying to be famous for your niceness. You need to be famous for your kindness, Bob. Bob's light bulb went on. His urgency skyrocketed. He wanted to do this for them. He wanted nothing in return but for his team to be more secure and successful at work and in life. Bob got his team together and was transparent. He provided sober assessment. He helped them understand the human need purpose that this change would impact and why the demand for it. Bob looked before them, painting the picture of the desired state, with them looking back at themselves today, saying, "Thank God we made that change." Part of this message really is to congratulate Bob. He did it. He emerged victorious. The rest is hopefully to help all others get to a better place in life. Hopefully I've done that. You know what I need in return? Nothing.